It's now time for a very important conversation with a very good friend of the show, Samira Dede Raji. She's many things. I'm sure with the new year, you've added one, because there's real estate, there's farms, and what else have you added this year?
Production of feed.
Production of
feed, animal feed.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. Dede, it's always a pleasure having you. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Today we are discussing elevating spaces, something I'm really excited about all the time. But this time with a focus on vanity tables.
Yes.
I had no idea what a vanity table is.
Me neither.
Can you share with us insights?
Okay. So a vanity table is just a desk or a table set up purposely for grooming. So it's that table or that desk in that corner of your space that allows you to groom yourself, look beautiful, dress up. Basically, that's what it is.
What's the difference between a vanity table and a dressing, what do you call it? A dressing mirror table or something?
Okay. So a vanity table has a dressing mirror. So a vanity table comes with a desk, comes with a mirror, comes with sometimes a storage to be able to keep your dressing items or tools in there. So there are different designs, different styles, different structures in terms of how the vanity table comes about. It's positioned in different areas of your house. So the space where you're going to put that vanity table would determine the design you are looking to have it. So you could have a very modern, minimalistic kind of table. You could have an old, artistic kind of design. You could have something that is purposely for space or storage, because then you may have a small room and that could be the only place where you could keep extra things, meaning your grooming or beauty products, just so as it's not cluttered all over the place.
Wow, interesting.
Why do you think they're making such a comeback, or they've always been there?
Say again?
I said, why do you think they're making such a comeback? Why is it such a topic for discussion now?
It's something needed in your space because, like I said earlier, it's a combination of aesthetics, functionality, and all of that. So if you have a lot of beauty products, things that you use for your grooming, you definitely will not want to keep it just everywhere or anywhere. You need to have a space or somewhere to put it. So I'm sure it's one of the good things to have, and it adds to the interior design of your space.
So where should it be? Like within the bedroom space or in the bathroom? Is what we have in the bathroom, can it also be considered as a vanity?
Yes, so it depends. There are different places in your house you could keep it, depending on the design you have in your home or the layout of your home, if I could rather say. People could just use their bedrooms. People could have a whole space for grooming, so then it's a mini spa in their house, and then they would want to have that. People could also have a walkway that allows them, before they leave the house, that's the last two things they see before they leave. People have very large, huge bathrooms where you could have a section purely for your vanity space, where you groom, where you make up and all of that. Yes.
Wow. What would you say would be some of the items you could keep in the drawers of a vanity table, right? So I know you've mentioned makeup, but what would you say are other items, that could come in handy, you could keep in your vanity table?
Grooming is for both men and women, not only women. So obviously for women, it's your makeup. But for men, it could be your shaving razor, is that what it's called? It could be your shoe tidying tools. It could be even your medication, depending on where you want to keep it, because then you're going to have various storage areas on the vanity table. And there are frequently used items, which obviously some women, when dressing up, those are the things they go to. So then you design it in such a way that it fits your lifestyle.
For a lot of people, when you talk about grooming, right, it's like things you need to do in your bathroom or your restroom. Why should it be in any other place other than your bathroom? Because if I'm keeping my shaving stick or shaving machine, I want it somewhere that I'll use.
Easy access.
Exactly. So why bedroom or hall or walkway and not any other place?
Okay, so a vanity table's positioning in your house is dependent on your lifestyle. There are no fixed concrete areas where you need to keep it. a lot of people choose to keep it in their bedrooms because then that's where a lot of women feel comfortable sitting down and prepping or getting ready for their everyday work or everyday business. But then that's why Eno also asks that some people keep it in their bathrooms. Modern bathrooms are done in such a way that it allows to fit your daily activities. So that if you have a very huge bathroom, some bathrooms even have closets in there. When you walk in there, you could walk into your closet, you could get into your vanity area. So the designs vary, and it's not what we picture in our mind, just the table with the decks and then the mirror. It can be a whole huge space. People like to dress up standing. So it's basically your lifestyle and what you choose, and then you are able to make it fit purpose. Yeah.
Can the vanity sets go beyond just, beauty routines? Can it contain other stuff, which I'm sure Ghanaians tend to use it for?
Usually our storage is usually full of a lot of things that ordinarily should not be there. Okay. But it's also because of space. So then people would then want to optimize spaces that they have. So that's where design comes in. Okay. So if you don't have the luxury of space where you have to keep a lot of your other things, then have a vanity table that has more compartments. Okay. So as beneath where you have your beauty products, you could store the rest of your things. You could even combine it with a shoe rack if you so wish. But it's all the size, the space, the design, all of those things would determine what you would want to do with that.
Interesting.
Are they budget friendly? There's something for everyone.
There is absolutely something for everyone. Design, material, and everything depends on your pocket. So then you'd have to choose something that fits your pocket and also fits your lifestyle, because then if you have the luxury of space in your house and what you're looking for is a grooming table, then you don't need something so huge that would have a lot of storage that will cost you so much. So then you have to pick and choose what works for you.
I'm still just a little bit stuck here. You maybe should help me out. What would be that differentiating factor for you to look at two similar tables in the hallway and say, okay, this looks like a vanity table and this looks like maybe a makeup table, or not even a makeup table, because a vanity table is a makeup table.
Absolutely.
So maybe a dressing mirror.
Okay. All right, it's the same thing you've just said. So a dressing mirror, a makeup table, a vanity table serve the same purposes. But then I could understand what you're trying to ask, maybe a console, because in a house you could have a console, which is just that other table that could be in the walkway. That may even have a mirror, because then there's some consoles that have mirrors on the wall that when you are going out, is the last thing you use to check maybe your jacket, your fitting, are you looking all good before you go out? But the purpose of a vanity table is purely for grooming. So either a male or a female, the purpose of it is to help you dress up.
Somebody is saying to me that the major difference is vanity tables usually would have an LED lighting. Is that a case?
Yes, lighting is part. LED depending on where it is, because obviously you need more light. And that is actually one of the most important feature of it, because then if you are looking to groom, your lights could deceive you if it's not clear enough. Especially women, you could probably start your makeup and you may think it's working all good, and you step out and you realize that it's either you're too bright or you're too dark if the light in there does not work for its purpose. So yes.
Wow. Can you do it yourself, or you need to buy it, walk into some big shop or a carpentry somewhere to get it done for you? Can I put a table here and a chair and say, it's a vanity table?
All options are available. There are people who like to do things themselves, and they can get their mirror, they'll get their table. They are very handy. They are able to handle this setup and do it nicely. Others could just have professionals to fix it for them, and others will buy it from the shop. But in all of this, when you are considering, do consider your space, do consider your style, do consider the colors you have in your room, just so as then they can come together. An interior decorator would have been the best person to have helped you choose what is right. But of course, there are different people with different budgets, and then options matter. So then you can choose the best of the options you've taken. Maybe do it yourself, get a few things, put it together and make it work for you.
Well, when we're going out to buy vanities, what what should we be looking out for? What particular designs are available, and you know, what are the key things you think we should be looking out for?
I would say quality. Vanity table is not something you would want to be buying every day. It will take you a very long time for you to change it if it fits your purpose. So you would have to look at the quality of the material that has been used for that vanity table. Some may just look nice aesthetically, but then after a while, it will then start to break or fade away, which then you need to buy another. So then the first thing is to look at the material that is used for that table and how it fits into your space. Yeah.
Interesting. You know, sometimes we tend to end up cluttering our vanity set. You use this, you put it there. How can we avoid that little mistake and make sure we put things back?
I prefer a very minimalistic vanity table.
Oh, okay.
I would not choose one with a lot of storage spaces, because then that's what allows you to put this here, put this there, put things that are unnecessary in there. But if you have one huge mirror with just the little decks there where you keep basic things like maybe your perfume, your beauty essential products, a little living planter in there to add on to the elegance of the space, you're good to go. It prevents you from putting unnecessary items there. But then, of course, if you want to put a lot of things there, then choose something with some lockers you could close, so as then when you put everything in there, you can close up to avoid all the clutter it can come with.
Interesting.
Wow. I would want to come to something around, talked about, you get a sense that it is an idea for a very luxury idea, because if you even have space constraints in your personal home or your home, you would struggle to fit it in somewhere. How can we maximize this for those who need it, for the work they do, right? But they have space constraints. Will you say maybe you don't need a table, you just need maybe a mirror somewhere, maybe a shelf? Can there be variations, really? I think that's what the question is.
So there could be more like, let's term it a vanity area. So the desk is what adds to the mirror that allows you to store or keep your beauty products. So if you have less space, and obviously you need to look into something, which is the mirror, then you are looking to fix the mirror to the wall, I guess, so as then it doesn't take too much space in terms of the wood. Then you are looking to have shelves near that mirror on the wall to allow you to be able to use it. So it's all design and planning. So you don't just have a vanity table in your space because you really want to put one there, but you need to consider your space and see what works. Sometimes it's just clothes. The design of things you need is not necessarily a whole bulk kind of structure. It can actually be done using your space. And the wall itself, you can imagine that having just a small room and you want to have a vanity space, you have a mirror on the wall. So then really you don't have something in there. Then you have shelves that are just bits and pieces somewhere. Then you can put the rest of your items there.
There's another question for you. The viewer wants to find out, between the bedroom and the bathroom, what would your guest advise? I'm sure in terms of setting up.
It's size. I'm sure both of you have different options. If you have a big bathroom and you have your mini closet already in your bathroom and that's where you dress up, you definitely would want to have it there, finish everything and come out. But if you have a small bathroom and you cannot do everything or dress up in your bathroom and you have a room that has a lot of space, why not? You choose that. So it varies.
What's one common mistake people tend to make when using a vanity or buying a vanity?
Size. They buy things a size that does not work with their space, and you get into the room and it's all seated there. You can imagine your mother or your auntie's room and you go in and the first thing you see is the vanity table, because then they call it a dresser, a dressing mirror and all of that. It has taken the entire space. I think size should be looked at again. You don't need that bulk sized vanity table to take out the space. And also color. Complement it with the room, because then you would have a white wall or a dull color wall and you have something taking up the space that is a bit too bulky. So it's just the bits and pieces of combination of a lot of home improvement ideas just to
Between
keep your room
shelves and drawers, what would you advise?
It's your needs. As a man, you may be okay with a shelf. Other women may also be okay with a shelf, but then there are people with a whole routine that have multiple things to do, and you may not want to display all of these things on the shelf. So then you may have a locker to keep the extra things or the frequently used items in there closed up, and then you keep the bits and pieces on there.
I guess if we need more information on how to fix one in our space, we can come to you, right?
Absolutely.
Where can we reach Dede?
Yes, I mean, Samira is on Instagram, it's on LinkedIn as well. You mostly reach me on LinkedIn as Samira Saraji. Yes, that's where you could find me.
All right, cool. Any number to, call? Or we should just go on LinkedIn and send a message?
Yes, send a message, yes.
It's a good tip. Anyway, you have any other final words,
Yes, what I'll say is it's the new year. You need to pay attention to your space. Home improvement is a part of us, and it's something we need to consider. You don't have to have everything in your space, just bits and pieces, but try and choose the right color, the right size, and position it right, and you would have a very simple, demure space for yourself.
And you're available for all kinds of space elevation,
Absolutely.
right?
On everyday basis, I'm on conversations with people who are looking to improve their space. So why not reach out and then...
and there's something for everyone.
It's not too expensive. You'll be fine.
Wow, that's all time will allow us for, with regards to our conversation on elevating your spaces. Samira Raji Dede helping us through that conversation. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, the sports. Don't go away.